Hey, my name is Gaia Athena and today I'm doing the Literary Lovers tag. This tag was created by Bookish Babbles and I found it through Heather's channel from the Happy BookTuber. Some of the questions are based on, I think, relationships that are in certain books, but I feel like it might be spoilers. So the first question is, share the story of how you met. My partner and I met through the internet. I think it was about 13 and a half years ago. We were both on the same online forum. It was for modifying video games, creating modifications for them. My ex was on that forum at that time. I was in a relationship with my ex. So that's how I got onto the forum. We met up like in real life at some point. And we were friends, and like a few years later I broke up with my ex for reasons we shall not get into right now, and a while later I got together with my boyfriend, my partner. I'm demisexual, I should say that. That's something I've realized over the past year. That means that you have to have a close emotional bond with someone before you feel like attraction to them. My partner and I have been together for 11 and a half years now. Next January it'll be 12 years. And we are very happy together. We're not married. We do plan to get married in the future, and if anyone was curious, we don't want children. We do have some pets. I have a dog. She's keeping me company. Oh, hello. And we also have some chicken. Here is a bit of an addendum to the video I recorded earlier. I did not mention this, but we actually used to have 2 dogs, and I didn't initially want to mention this on camera, but one of our dogs passed away in the beginning of September. So yeah, so we have 1 dog now. His Boris passed away the 5th of September, and I really miss him. We live in a smaller house on my parents' property, and they live in what we call the main house. Our house is over there, and my parents' house is here. What I'm in right now is the conservatory, or what we in Dutch call the serre. So basically we met on the internet before that was really a thing. My boyfriend, my partner, he is from the United Kingdom and I am from the Netherlands. So for a long time we traveled to see each other. So we wouldn't see each other for maybe 8 weeks, and then we would see each other like a week, and depending on our schedules. And so for many years we traveled back and forth. He traveled to see me more often because I was doing university, and so I could only travel to the UK when I had a couple of days off, or a week off when I had holidays, or after. Like we had exam weeks, and sometimes if my exams fell early in the week, then I had a couple of days off after that. So we had a long distance relationship for a long time, and then a couple of years ago he moved in with me in India. Before then I was sleeping in my old, what is now my old bedroom. Now my bookshelves are there, that is in this house. So yeah, we've been living together for a couple of years now, and that goes well. So let's move on to the next question. What is something that you learned from each other? He introduced me to manga and anime, and he introduced me to many foods I didn't know before, but I don't know that you can really say that is learned from each other. Like, I like to think that teaches me to be a little bit more spontaneous, and I teach him to do a little bit more planning. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. What is something the other person does that you hate? I don't think there is anything he does that I hate, because I love him the way he is, and I think likewise as well for him. Although I would have to ask him, but I don't think there is anything I do that he really like hates. He wouldn't use such a strong word. What skills do you have that the other person doesn't? Oh, well, I'm very good at planning. It's something I have had to learn, but that helps me out daily. And he is not very good at planning and looking ahead. He is more about what's going on in this moment. I think part of that is how he grew up with his family. He is the youngest in the family, and so he kind of had to always do what like everybody else wanted to do, if that makes sense. So that's a difference between us. Well, there are plenty of other things that he's good at doing. I'm not. He's good at doing like DIY stuff in like around the house, and I am not. Well, there are plenty of other things, but let's not make this too long. The next question is, name something that used to bother you about the other person and doesn't anymore. I can't really think of anything for this one. What are some challenges you face as a couple? Well, I have autism and ADD, and because of that, I get tired very easily, and I'm sure I'm difficult to live with. My partner, he has ME, or chronic fatigue syndrome, so he gets very tired as well, and his tiredness is more physical, and so our two disabilities, let's say, can make things quite challenging. With his ME, that can be sometimes random when he is tired. It's also based on what he does, but sometimes it's also just random. So if there's a time that he doesn't feel well, then I have to jump in and do more like around the house and cooking and stuff like that. So that's still like a challenge that we sometimes struggle with. I would say that is one of the biggest challenges. That we are both easily tired in different ways. What is something you love about each other and never talk about? Oh, well, I can't answer for him, obviously. I don't know, honestly. Usually, like, I like a lot of things about him, but I mention that sometimes. I don't know. What are some of your favorite past memories? Well, we have quite a lot of memories together. The first time that we got together, that is a favorite memory. I should probably explain. So my partner had expressed his interest in me, and at the time I had broken up with my ex a while ago, and at the time I didn't really, he said this to me online, and then I met up with him, and then I realized, yeah, how sweet he could be, and I spent some time close to him, and then I told him I would think about it, and then in January I decided we would give being together a go. So then when he came here in January, that's kind of what I consider when we got together. So that holiday in December and the holiday in January, those are both favorite memories. In February we had our first Valentine's Day together. This is like 11.5 years ago, almost 12 years ago. That's a favorite memory. Our first holiday together, in the sense that we wouldn't go to one of our houses but really go somewhere together, that is a favorite memory, because I really enjoyed that holiday. I don't know, we have, when my dad and I went on a road trip we drove to the UK, well, he drove to the UK, and we picked up my partner's things and him, for him to move in here. That's also an important memory. We have many memories together, to be honest, that I really like. Who wears the pants in the relationship? I assume that this refers to like who's the boss sort of thing. And overall, I would say I make decisions more than 50% of the time. I like to have things balanced, of course, but I would say overall that I'm more a decision maker. That is also because with my autism, I want to have things in very specific ways, and he is more flexible, let's say. And I do the planning, he doesn't, so yeah, it'd be me. Referring to what the Happy BookTuber said in her video, I am the oldest and he's the youngest, so apparently, yeah. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. I'm the oldest child in my family, and he's the youngest in his family. But yeah. Have you or will you ever read a book together? If so, which one? We have never read a book like together, as in both reading the same book at the same time. We have read the same books, but then on separate occasions. So, for example, I have read some of his manga, which he read as well. Yeah, I think it's mostly the manga. My boyfriend, my partner, he doesn't read very much. On occasion he'll read a manga, not so much anymore nowadays. And sometimes he like reads or flicks through historical books about World War II, for example, about tanks in World War II or planes or like things like that, that's not something I enjoy. He also sometimes reads like a what if book. Anyway, so yeah, he's not a big reader. We have read some of the same books. Other than the manga, I think he has read maybe a couple of my books. I have read a couple of books that he recommended. But yeah, overall he's not a big reader, but I'm okay being the biggest reader in, yeah, like here. Is there anything else I could say? Well, for me, books are really my thing, my hobby. And my partner, he really likes World War II, tanks and planes and things like that. He makes a mod for a modification of an old video game, Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. Well, Heroes Revenge is the expansion. He also likes to do modeling, as in making a model of a tank or a plane, if you get what I mean, with like plastic, and he paints it and stuff like that. I can just show you. I can see outside some of my chicken. Sorry for the reflection and the somewhat dirty window, but these are 3 of my chicken. I just thought that'd be interesting to see now that they're walking past. Here are some more chicken. So modeling and making models on a computer for the game, that's really his thing. He also knows a lot about World War II history, and history is one of the things I'm not so skilled at least wasn't in high school. So that's definitely also something that he has and I don't. But then I'm better at languages and like maths and science. Although he's not bad at that, he just hasn't had as much education as I have, because I've been to university and I've studied chemistry. I think this is the first time that I've mentioned that on this channel. No, I don't consider myself a chemist. I don't do anything with it anymore nowadays. In hindsight, I don't think it was a good choice for me to study. Well, I can't think of anything else right now. I hope you enjoyed this tag, learning a little bit more about me and my partner. I like to use the word partner because I recently learned that it is more inclusive language, so I try to use the word partner rather than boyfriend. I've said boyfriend for years, so it's a bit of a change. But yeah, I want to try to be more inclusive, so I try to use the word partner. Thank you for watching this tag video, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!